Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well this morning. My Lord Almighty, totally, totally did not notice that I set it up for the wrong damn time. But I think you guys are used to me doing things completely wrong and backwards here. That's how it goes. What can I say? Sometimes it just happens. I hope you're doing well this morning, everyone. As soon as I check a couple of things out here, it seems like there was an issue over here on Rumble. Make sure that it's working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, we'll just do a little test here, make sure that everything is happening on the Rumble side. If it is, sweet. It'll be absolutely wonderful. Let me check it out. And yes, it does. There we go. See, test over on the Rumble side works. Good morning, T. Underwood. Yes, we know. I'm screwed up. He says, "Could you do some laughs tonight? Got some bad news. Has you in a tailspin." Yes, we are going to do some laughs today. You know what? It is, and you know, if you want to hear something really funny, it's definitely not me. Oh no. So my wife and I, we took a trip to um, Italy over the summer, and we went by this little place. It was really cool, and I'll show you a little bit about it here. So we have this day in history, March 15th. Julius Caesar was assassinated. It's so bad. And I've been by this place where he was assassinated. It's a very small, secluded little area. On March 15th, 44 BC, Julius Caesar was deleted by a group of nobles that included Brutus and Cassius. 1493, explorer Christopher Columbus arrived back from the Spanish harbor. 1820, Maine became the 23rd state. 1820, Maine became 23rd state. 1970, Nicholas II was abducted in favor of his brother, abdicated in favor of his brother. 1919, the expeditionary force from World War I convened in Paris for a 3-day meeting to found the American Legion. That's pretty good. Awesome. 44, World War II, Allied bombers again raided German-held Monte Cassino, I guess that's right. 65, Lyndon B. Johnson called for new legislation to guarantee every American's right to vote. The result was the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. The Ides of March, be well. The Ides of March. Of course, I can't say it in Italian. In 72, The Godfather was premiered in New York. In 77, the sitcom Three's Company, starring John Ritter. Joyce DeWitt and Suzanne Summers premiered on ABC TV. And in 2005, WorldCom chief Bernard Ebbers was convicted in New York of engineering the largest corporate fraud in U.S. history. He was later sentenced for 25 years in prison. So he'll be getting out of prison in another 5 years, 6 years. Yeah. In 2011, the Syrian war had its beginnings as Arab Spring protests across the region turned armed insurgency and eventually became a full-blown conflict in 2012. Wow, maybe it's just something in the air, because we got the same thing going on in Haiti right now. Of course, they don't talk about that, which is just boggles the mind. Why wouldn't you talk about what's going on in Haiti? That we sent more Marines in there to guard an embassy. I remember, wasn't it wasn't under Democrats' watch in 2016 that the same thing sort of happened? There was this little thing called Benghazi, and there was Marines there to guard the embassy, and there was a lot of there was actually an ambassador that the Clintons didn't really want to get out of there. There was a vice presidential candidate Secretary of Defense, Minister, whatever her name was. Um, you know, the Hildebeest. I want to say it wouldn't be in Italian, it would have been in Latin. Damn it. See, people smarter than me. My wife knows Latin. Or she knows more Latin than I do. I don't know a whole lot of languages. I'm not a linguist. I can barely speak English. So there is that. I try, but most of the time I'm bad. Oh, that's right. You guys remember in 2018 when that bridge in Miami collapsed? That was pretty horrible. And in 2019 is whenever that stuff happened in Christchurch, and dude streamed it live on Facebook, and that was horrible. I mean, yeah, that sent the shiz here. Hey, Eris, long time no see. Long time no see. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen around in a little bit. Earthquake. Oh, the shooting. The earthquake or the shooting? Well, I would say that the shooting in Christchurch was pretty damn drastic. Um, that was pretty bad. It was, yeah, that was really bad. Federal Reserve Bank took massive emergency action to help economy withstand. Oh, that's right. That happened. Slashing its benchmark interest rate to near zero and saying it would buy 700 billion treasury bonds after initially trying to keep schools open. De Blasio said the nation's largest public school system would close in hopes of curbing the spread of something, but that didn't do anything. Oh man, isn't that weird how that works, Megan? I mean, a friend of ours. Well, actually, my wife has a paralegal besides me that handles more of the office stuff, and she was on vacation in Maui right before like 2 days before the all that fire happened and burned everything up. She was there. She would have been stranded. She wouldn't have been able to get home had she stayed there another couple of days because they shut down all the flights and everything. Like her hotel was right near that old tree that burned up. Yeah, it was crazy. She couldn't believe it. She was like, I was just there. I know exactly where this is. I mean, I was standing right there. when I was, she was like, holy cow, what the heck is happening? But yeah, that stuff that the Federal Reserve didn't really help out everything a whole lot. It made it much worse. Oh, good morning, Jeff Schumacher. Good morning. And a friend of mine was at Christchurch at the time of the quake, but they were in Wellington. Man, man. In 2022, Russia stepped up its bombardment of the Ukraine capital of Kiev, while an estimated 20,000 Americans fled, or civilians fled the desperately encircled port city of Mariupol by way of humanitarian corridor. In 23, American Kennel Club announced that the French Bulldog had become the most popular breed in the U.S., overtaking the Labrador Retriever, which had been on the top breeds for more than 3 decades. And I'm so glad my wife did not get a Frenchie. She wanted one. She was like, "Oh, I totally want to get a Frenchie." I was like, "Yep." Those little snot nosed faces. No, I think they're actually pretty cool. Same way with like the Boston Terriers. I told her one time that I wanted a Boston Terrier. She was like, why would you want a Boston Terrier? They're so ugly. I was like, exactly. Mhm. No, I got my pup. He's been sick lately. So he's got he's got leukemias, and so we've started him on prednisone, I think is what it is, to try to get it toned down a little bit. He's still spry. He's showing signs of age. Sort of like my shoes, which I've got to get some new ones today. Jeez, I hate spending money. I really do. It sucks so much because I never have enough of it. and I've got to get new shoes because mine are starting to fail. Well, the one puppers that was sick, he's he's feeling better now. It's and I mean he's not moving as fast as he would. But he's a different one than my dog, which went to the vet yesterday, and got on prednisone. So he's not well, all of them are doing fine. He was feeling frisky last night because he decided he was going to hump my other dog. It's like, I guess all this fake sickness thing is not working for you. So he's silly. Hey, good morning, Deborah Kennedy. You're about to make a donut run to Cops and Donuts. Yes, Cops own donut shop. I love it. That's awesome. I mean, what better person to own a donut shop than a cop? But yeah, there was the pup last night. We well yesterday the wife took him in, and he's good. I mean, he's just as happy and cheerful. They took some X-rays just to see if there was any issues. They said there might be a little bit of something on one of his lungs, but other than that, he's doing fine. Um, and I'm very hesitant to put him on chemo, because if you put the pup on chemo, they can't lick you. You have to wash your hands, and just like all kinds of you can't like you have to handle the chemo stuff with rubber gloves, or else you can get sick, and it affects us a different way than it affects animals. I mean, it has the same outcome, but he would I was just like, man, my pup is 13 years old, and I don't want to destroy his quality of life just for that, because he also likes to lick you and love on you and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to have to like tell him that he can't do that and make him stop, because it's his way of showing affection. I was just like, and then of course we got the niece and the nephew, and him being on that, how that would affect him being around them. Like he wouldn't be able to lick on them or show any sort of affection. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. My pup is, whenever it's his time, and he'll go out gracefully. He's just that kind of dog. I'm gonna sit there and make him suffer not being able to have human contact. That would just not be any fun. Oh, that's awesome. Looking to get a retired greyhound as therapy for PTSD. That sounds awesome. Man. And then we got what we got had a son. I won't sue you if I get the big C. I wear glove, and I had to give my cat that stuff. Yeah. Their their porky is awesome, along with bacon and maple glaze. Hey, T Rex, how you doing? I don't know why you're calling me hun, but thank you very much. Oh, it's Eris. Sorry. T Rex. Rexy. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Today is Friday. You should be excited about being Friday. And in most countries, it could even be Saturday. I mean, what could be wrong with that? I mean, there's joy around the world. There's governments that are toppling, new governments that are forming. Life will continue on. All all of the little issues that we deal with, and they are little issues, which as long as you don't let them turn into big issues, it's a good thing. But yeah, all the little issues that we deal with in life, are nothing compared to what somebody else has. Other people have much worse than I do. Good Lord. I mean, here I am sitting in a basement that's been almost completely gutted out, and the walls have nothing but crap all over them, like the sheetrock, spackle, and no paint. Now I'm looking around. I'm going, this room was destroyed like just a week ago. So it'll get better. Things will get better. There always is another side of the coin. You just have to get on the other side of it. That's, that will be my plan for this week will be to to be a little more lighthearted. And I think it's a good reminder. Drinking coffee with your French fart machine this morning. Yes, they do. I told my wife that, and she was like, "No, no, they don't fart." I was like, "Yeah, they fart, they burp. It's it's constant. Little gassy things." Good morning, Brenda Lee from Minnesota. I think that's right. Maryland, Maine, something like that. Good morning from one of those M states that I like to say states. Ugly truck thing. Next is going to be a rock, not the hunter kind of rock, just a pet rock. Yeah, it'll last longer. It'll last longer, and and its attack skills are unsurpassed. They don't come back nicely, but they do tend to attack very very quickly, and they go usually where you toss them. Do I have a Frenchie? No, I do not have a Frenchie. Wife wanted one, and I sort of turned her down on it because they were so damn expensive at the time. Just for even a pet quality dog, I was like, they got a little bit of issues. Um, Not really bad ones, but things that I thought would interfere with her wanting a particular lifestyle, especially being in Georgia because it gets really hot. Um, they don't tend to you can't take them really out in the heat too much because it really can mess them up really bad. Just because that little short snout, things like that. And so sort of backed her off, and also she had just lost her pup. Um, and I think it was 3 days later is whenever we got the Ears McGee. He came to the East Coast. Yes, I know. They don't Yes, the pet rocks, they do not play fetch well. You send them after the ball, and they usually won't bring it back, or even come back themselves by themselves. You have to go get them. You have to drag them off you know, but they do leave some pretty good marks. I mean, their bite marks are pretty cool. I mean, you'll see all those pet rocks that go to like all these protests and stuff. They're amazing little creatures. They're probably one of the best attack rocks you'll ever see. I noticed something yesterday. Your ending video, Lynette and Judge, look like they could be related. They could be. You never know. She might be his mom, or he might be her daddy. You never know. I mean, how much do we really know about Lynette? Do we know who her daddy is? Does she know who her daddy is? You never know. They fly best with a sling. Well, they do get some distance whenever you put them on a sling. Um, usually usually get them like you know the faster they better. You can get some speed on them, get some really good speed on them. So here we go. Oh, this here, my children, makes me laugh. Kemp signs a Georgia law reviving prosecutor sanctions panel. Democrats feared it's aimed at the Fannie Willis. Why would they ever fear that? Why would you ever fear that things are aimed at Fannie? Brian Kemp signed a law on Wednesday that lets a state commission begin operating within powers to discipline and remove prosecutors. That sounds like a good freaking idea. Hey, Megan, you take care of yourself, and hey, have a wonderful morning or evening as it may be for you. I think it's evening for you. Just make sure that when you get naked, look in the mirror, think about me. There you go. That puts a smile on your face. Awesome. 10 p.m. Friday night. Oh, shoot. Then look in the mirror twice. I love it. So you sub to the channel. Don't forget to turn on all your notifications so you don't miss any live streams, uploads, or shorts. I need to do some more shorts, is what I need to do. I need to get into doing some more of those. After all, Lynette and Judge are on the southern state. I mean, the judge may be in a southern state, but he doesn't sound too southern to me. I mean, if I had to, if I had to say, if I had to guess, I would guess somewhere in the in the north, you know, and following a certain group of religious beliefs. If I had to guess, he just sounds like that. I could be completely wrong, but he just reminds me of someone from that area. Just has that tone of voice and attitude. I think it's an attitude. See, down here in the South, we usually are pretty chill. Hmm. You got to get some sleep now. Been up since 3 a.m. 3 p.m. yesterday, and got to be up at 3 p.m. Have a fantastic show, Shiz, and a fantastic chat. Thank you, T Rex. I shall. My chat is off the rails fun. They tolerate my bullshittery, I guess is the best way to put it. They tolerate me, which is cool. Which is cool. Not too many people will. But yeah, you guys are awesome. So that's what we like. Having an awesome crew, having an awesome group. The chat being really cool with me, even though I'm not cool at all. I try to be, but no, I fail. I fail so many times. You know, you know how it goes. can't can't blame me. Well, you can. And there we go. And I think I did it in there. There it is. Yeah. I think I'm the only one left there. Yeah, I think did I what? Nope. I totally screwed that up. Well, because I'm an idiot. No, I had that right. Okay. 11, okay. Whew. It's weird things happening over here on my end of the world. Weird things are happening. God bless America. Oh, so I watched last night just a little piece of the Don Lemon interview, and I did that in the background, with in the back room because I was sort of interested in what Don Lemon had to say about and he got fired off of Twitter as we were talking about yesterday. He got fired off the Twitter. Was it yesterday? Yeah, he was on for like less than 24 hours because he got hired up by the by X or whatever, and of course, signed a little deal of some sort, which isn't a bad thing. I think Tucker might have done the same thing, like signed something exclusive. Um, and then so I had to watch the interview, and the first part of the interview, he starts going off talking about being, about free speech, and starts accusing Elon of basically race baiting, all these kinds of things, and he's just like, listen, I been to have I been to Michigan, Traverse City, absolutely gorgeous summer overlook, Grand Traverse Bay. No, I have not. I have not. You are terrible, but I love it, and will do so at least 5 times, if not more. Well, thank you. Just for me. Good morning, Ingrid Medlock. In case you guys are wondering what the discussion was that I was having with Megan, as she was heading out. She goes, "I have to go. I'll catch you guys later." I said, "Well, make sure that you are, when you're naked, looking in front of the mirror, that you think about me." And she said, "I love it, and will do so at least 5 times." So that's what we were talking about. Hey, Sharon Sight, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, the little cough is gone. But yeah, this is that was something that I found interesting is these people, you know, on the left and even on the right will stir up something and get this little attitude, and it's going to be something that's going to be contentious, and then feel upset or act like they're victimized whenever they started the shit in the first place. You know, if you say something stupid, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody says something stupid. I say something stupid at least, at least 100 times a day, if not more. It is like the profound stupidity that spews out of my mouth is unbelievable. And if somebody comes at me and gets all angry, um, then I'm not a victim in that. I'm sort of like the protagonist in that situation. I'm the one that caused the problem, or antagonist, yes, antagonistic behavior. I caused the issue, so I should be not feeling all upset because I said something really stupid and I was called out on it. I should go, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said something stupid. Will I apologize for it? Probably not. But at least I'm not as stupid as this lady here. On with his prosecution of Donald Trump. This legislation will help us to ensure rogue and incompetent prosecutors are held accountable if they refuse to uphold the law, as Kemp said before signing the bill, flanked by Republican legislative leaders. As we all know too well, crime has been on the rise across the country and is especially prevalent in cities where prosecutors are giving criminals a free pass or failing to put them behind bars due to lack of professional conduct. I mean, if everybody is sleeping with everybody in your office, that's not really professional. It's like one big rotund of orgy just happening. The Kemp signed legislation last year creating the Prosecuting Attorneys Qualifications Commission, which I don't think they should even be doing, but whatever. It was unable to begin operating until after the state Supreme Court in November refused to approve rules governing its conduct. The justices said they had grave doubts about their ability to regulate the duties of district attorneys beyond the practice of law, which sounds like makes perfect sense that they sure shouldn't. Brian Kennedy, I voted for Brian Kemp. Same. Same. The measure is likely to face renewed legal challenges. Four district attorneys dropped their previous lawsuit challenging the commission after the Supreme Court set it aside. The law would require district attorneys and solicitors general to prosecute lower level cases in some counties to evaluate each case on its own instead of declining to prosecute classes of offenses. Opponents say that would mean prosecutors couldn't use their discretion. Um, well, I don't know about that. I get back and y'all talking about orgies. I can't leave you alone either. Well, of course not. Why would you ever want to leave me alone? Seriously, Eris. I mean, think about it. If you leave me alone too long, it's like orgies and puppy snuggles or something like that. Except without the puppies. Who knows? Just depends on what puppies you're talking about. I mean, are there her puppies? Because her puppies are pretty awesome. I would snuggle with those all day long, but that's just me. ah, opponents say that would mean, use their own discretion. Republican House Speaker John Burns of Newington said the House's efforts have not been directly aimed at Willis, who is already facing an effort in court to have her removed from the Trump prosecution over a romantic relationship she had with the special prosecutor she employed in that case. Yeah. Well, Willis, you know, Fanny or Fawny or whatever she wants to call herself, there might be a reason why, that's not a good look. It's just not a really good look. Republicans cited other instances of alleged prosecutor misconduct, including the occasion in the past when Democrats supported the idea of a prosecutor oversight panel after the killing of a black man, Ahmaud Audrey, near Brunswick. Yeah, that sounds really like, you guys were wanting oversight then, but now whenever people have eyes on you, you don't want to have that oversight. It's like, oh, so which one is it? The oversight only happens whenever you don't like it. Yeah, puddles. I mean, Amber did it, right? Not that I would want to like cuddle puddle with her, but just saying. For us, the House, our focus is not any one person, not any one situation, Burns told reporters after the law was signed, about asking the folks that are elected, just like me, to do their jobs and protect the citizens of this state. Well, good luck with that. It probably won't happen. It's just the way that it goes. But Democrats say Republicans are trying to override the will of the Democratic voters and are inviting abuse by creating a commission without some other body reviewing its rules. The law was enacted even as the state Senate was created, a special investigative committee that Republicans say will be used to probe whether Willis has used state money to benefit herself by employing Nathan Wade is special prosecutor in the Trump case. That committee has already heard testimony from Ashley Merchant, the defense attorney for co-defendant Michael Roman, who first raised the questions about Wade. She's still wearing her shirt on, her dress on backwards or something. Yeah. Well, there's so many shady things that are going on with this, and of course, we haven't got the final ruling from Judge McAfee. He's definitely said that we're dropping these charges here. It was three of the 13 that charges that were against Trump. And I think he's just trying to balance it out a little bit, to say, well, yeah, no, we'll just remove these, or some that become a little more difficult to remove. But he removed three of them, and it's going to be a little bit crazy. So it's only get stranger as the days go on. And of course, the cold is doing the damnedest to hang on coughing, but other than that, doing good. Thank you for asking. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that you're doing much better. I have been very lucky this year and only got sick for a short period of time. And that was right after Christmas. And that was just because being around the littles. Oh my God. They got they got me. They broke me down. They broke me down. I had hardly any voice left. Although I did end up with a very good gravelly voice and was able to get some pretty good audio happening. I got what was it that I was working on at the time? Oh, what was it? I will remember. I will remember. I'll probably play it at some point. It was an intro. Oh, that's what it was. It was for, oh, God bless. What did I do that for? Oh, it's for my gaming channel. That's what it was. I think I've got that. Man, what was it? Because I was working on getting this. My voice was so shot. Where did I put that? I saved it somewhere. I saved that somewhere. It was pretty damn awesome. I think I put it in here. Nope, it isn't there either. Damn. I don't know where it went to. Well, it turned out really good. Oh, I think I know where it is. It's on my gaming channel, which I haven't been able to game at all because the of course everything um my whole space on January the 9th flooded. So think about this. As beautiful as things look behind me, this room was a mess. I had like furniture and things in here and a desk, and then on January the 9th, the room flooded. And I continued to be able to stream from here. I basically sat on a little island amongst the water. Made sure that I didn't grab my microphone and put my foot in the puddle. It wasn't that bad. It's just the carpet got pretty soaked, and some of the walls had issues. And so January 9th, from still today, we're not complete because dealing with insurance and all this kind of crap, and getting the flooring, getting contractors over here, all that neat jazz. And it's been crazy. Just been a crazy, 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 like 2 months, 3 months. We're going on month three now, I guess. Yeah. So, but could it have been worse? Well, and then in the middle of all that, wife's father, my father-in-law, passed away. And we had to go and and clear out his apartment and deal with the funeral home and all that kind of stuff. And then, just like it's been one nonstop joyride. And it just feels like we hadn't gotten any breathing room. But the good part is we are actually turning the corner of that coin. We're rolling on the other side. We're getting on the flip side of everything. And it it's just it is what it is. And you can't force it. You can't make it go any faster or any better. It just happens. This is part of life. Life, death happens, and you just sort of go, well, I mean, could it be worse? Yeah, it could be better, but it could always be worse. Um, and I mean, we had a roof leak, and then that turned into finding another leak. That I mean, we just got so much rain on January the 9th. It was like 9 inches in like less than 4 hours. It was just a lot of rain came down. So everything got crazy for a while. And then on top of that, I started doing like the morning shows, which I really love doing these. It's made my mornings great. Good morning, Christine. Good to see you. And Gigi, feel better, love. I hate that you're in pain. Yes, Gigi, get to feeling better. Really. Um, Come down with something. Never say never. Oh my. Yeah. Don't ever say never. Oh, Harris, I'm dealing with more pain than usual and can barely focus on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Gigi. You take care of yourself. I mean, it is rough. It is retiring at the end of the month and got to find two doctors to replace him. Every doctor's staff I've talked to wants to do procedures and med changes and like geez, Gigi. That sucks. That sucks. Whenever, especially whenever I don't go to doctors anymore. That's just a personal choice. I've had nothing but bad experiences with doctors. So the only time I go to a doctor is whenever it's gotten so bad that I can't walk or breathe or something like that, or something that just doesn't seem completely right. But I have very little faith in doctors. They sort of burned me quite a bit. Everything from getting the jab to you know diagnosing a pain that won't ever go away. It's interesting. They don't get it. Oh yeah, more surgery for damn sure. Okay, so we'll get back to the Willis and Wade stuff. So we don't lose track there. Last month that they engaged in a romantic relationship and rejected the idea that Willis improperly it as lawyers for benefited from benefited from it as lawyers for Trump and some of his co-defendants alleged. Okay. Well, they're not alleging it. You testified that you did. So I don't understand how you can say no, we didn't benefit at all. You've got no way of disproving any of what was said. That's the screwy part about it. You spent cash. Oh, I paid him back in cash. Really, really? You keep tens of thousands of dollars sitting around. Yeah, for my campaign. What campaign finance is a big no no. That is taking it to a whole new level. That is taking it to a whole new level of things that are illegal and shouldn't be dealt with. It's like I will be very surprised if she doesn't do some sort of, well, actually no, I take that back. I won't be surprised if she doesn't do a few years of prison time for the bullshit that she pulled. I'm so sorry. I know I really am. I really am. I feel for you. We have the deepest love for you, Gigi, and we want you to feel better and find peace in it. Fanny, I want to see the receipts. Yeah. That's what everybody's been saying. We do want to see where the receipts. We want to see exactly you paying it back. There's nothing coming in, nothing going out. It's just like, oh well, it was paid for out of my business account. Okay, well, and how did she pay you back? Oh well, we would exchange favors. You're supposed to report anything over $100. Ooh, doesn't matter whether you're paying it back or not. You have to keep track of that. There's a reason why you have to keep track of that, so you don't even have the appearance of impropriety. And McAfee asked her attorney. He was like, can you prove there was no improprietary behavior? Because what the law says is impropriety. And he just sort of stuttered and went, duh, gerbil, gerbil, gerbil. I don't understand. What am I supposed to do? It's like, well, that's the way that it goes. You do something bad and bad stuff happens. McAfee on Wednesday dismissed some of the charges against Trump, and the others, of course, there was only like three that he did. He did quash six of the indictment, including three against Trump, the presumptive 2024 Republican nominee, but he left the other in place, other counts, including the 10 facing Trump, and said prosecutors can seek a new indictment and try and state the ones he dismissed. Georgia's law is one of multiple attempts nationwide by Republicans to control prosecutors they don't like. Really? I would say that how about they're just enforcing the laws that Democrats wanted in the first place. See, this is the tricky part about laws, about going after particular people or designing laws to go after a certain political opponent. Is how would those laws apply to you? It's like making a law against chewing gum. Well, because you don't like that guy and you can pose a heavy fine on him. And then what happens whenever you decide, man, I really like chewing gum? Wow. That means they can come after you and impose those same fines. It's sort of like good for the goose, good for the gander kind of attitude. And, although Democrats have gotten really bad at doing that, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I think somebody I was talking to last night, really really wise person, said, the problem with Republicans and is they want to debate. That is, and they were very correct on that. we shouldn't debate. We just say it like it is and move on with life. Republicans have invade against progressive prosecutors, and some have brought fewer drug possession cases and sought shorter prison sentences, arguing Democrats are coddling criminals. Well, just depends on the criminals that they're coddling. Because it's only good for the certain criminals, certain crimes, but other ones, you got other weirdness that goes on. But this morning, I was looking to see, hey, what's going on in Haiti? Because I was curious. I was curious what exactly was going on in Haiti. I couldn't find any information whatsoever. I honestly could not find anything that was in relation to this team of Marines that got deployed to Haiti for security. Couldn't find anything. Every single channel that I pulled up, from AP to ABC, NBC, all the mainstream news places, of what exactly is going on in Haiti. Watching Congress is a good indicator. If one party is in power, they change the rules to suit them, then cry about those rules when they're out of power. Absolutely is what happens. How you doing this morning, Vol Storm? How are you doing? But yeah, so I'm looking to see on if I can get any any information of what's going on. Every single news outlet is completely quiet about it. They don't want to say anything about what's going on in Haiti, because the only thing that I can find is, although Haiti has faced instability throughout its history, the current situation stems from an assassination. It's been without a president or a functioning government. There have been no elections, and the terms of the latest National Assembly members expired in 23. That's it. This is it. You don't. It says Americans among those trapped in Haiti's chaos and violence, gangs maintain control of much of Haiti's capital. As Haiti crisis deepens, U.S. sends new contingent of Marines. But then whenever you pull it up, it's just a 1 minute and 30-second video. Like what actually is going on? Like what really is going on? You pull up what 6 minutes ago from Haiti, the latest news, and this is what you get. I joke not, and this will be the news that you get from them. A plan to find new leadership for Haiti is moving forward. Caribbean officials say. They don't say anything about the Marines that were sent in there to guard the embassy. I mean, come on. Port-au-Prince, Haiti, a plan to create transitional presidential council is moving forward after a majority of Haitian parties and coalitions submitted the names of those charged in finding new leaders of the country. The names are provided as regional trade bloc as CARICOM that is helping lead the transition is now up to all Haitians as they are the ones that want a Haitian-led solution. One day after the Haitian politics revolution finished, I mean, Caribbean leaders had announced plans to create a council. That doesn't do any good. The council will be responsible for choosing an interim prime minister and council of ministers. We hope there's a breakthrough for Haiti. The names have been made public. In addition, Jean-Claire Moy, who leads the Petit Dissident Party, is allied with former rebel leader. The others awarded a spot in the council. Of the remaining two non-voting positions, where in here does it talk about the Marines that come in? February 29th, government launched a series of attacks. Violence and somewhat subsided, although there was a fire reported Thursday. Dirac said some of the UN's 267 international staff, whose presence in Haiti is not essential, are being moved to the neighboring Dominican Republic. UN political mission announced air bridge. When the attacks, I mean, here they go all the way through this, and there's nothing, no mention of them securing an embassy. Why would they not bring this up? Why would they not discuss this? What is wrong with our news stations that they can't even begin to bring up the issues that are going on? Is it because they're in fear of losing another embassy like they did in Benghazi, or are they afraid of losing? Are they afraid of losing the election because of their screw ups? Could be that they don't. We got to keep these things really quiet because the situation is, how do they say that, the situation is fluid. Yeah, what does that mean? Situation is fluid, like it's slipping away from you, like hands, like sand through an hourglass, or the days of your positions of power. That's what I'm curious. You guys here that have all this political clout and political power, you do things to screw the American people. Get all upset whenever the American people catch on to your bullshit and say, "Hey, what's going on in Haiti? What about the embassy there?" And I'm not talking about going and getting all upset and throwing rocks at people, because then you end up with like losing all your pet rocks. You don't like doing that. I need more coffee. That's what I need. It's so damn hilarious that our politicians have not really figured out how to behave, in an appropriate way. They have not found out how to behave. But I did find something that was pretty cool. I got this really thing here that I've never heard of this before. So if it gets me in trouble, I hope it doesn't. But if it does get me in trouble, I will make sure that I grab some coffee for you. I'm going to grab some extra coffee for me. So here we go. Let's show this right here, because this is about 10 minutes, but we'll just cut it off whenever I get my coffee. This will just give me a few seconds. There you go. Oh, it does that every damn time. I hate when that happens. Ah, let's get this fixed here real shortly. We'll just go up here and do this one. Nope. 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 All right. I'm looking for something here that will buy us at least a couple of minutes of time. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? See, that really sucks that I couldn't find it. And nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. Nope, can't play that. Here we go.
Speak in their brain. And the first person that I asked if they could do it was her. And turns out she can't. So I asked a bunch of people to ask me questions so I could ask her so she could try to make light of this wild situation. So like if you look like I could look at myself in the mirror, talk in my head without opening my mouth. You physically can't do that.
No.
And what would happen if you tried to do that?
I have tried to do that since learning that an internal monologue exists, and I end up speaking out loud to myself. So most of my conversations are out loud.
I feel like this information to the people that can think in their head is a lot more like exciting news. I've talked to a few people that can't do this, and they seem less enthused as the people that do have this internal monologue.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yep. I'm very confused as to why people are so perplexed.
All right, so the probably most requested question was, how do you read? Like when I read, I could I hear the words in my head. I don't know how you could possibly read without not hearing the words.
When I read, I can see the sentence structure. Like in my head, every sentence has a shape, so you can see like the shape of the sentence. And then also like keywords will pop out.
I forgot I had that up since last night.
Map. So at the end of reading something, I can have a concept map of the main topics that I read about.
I feel for this girl. She says she has no internal dialogue. Well,
and I tend to move my lips when I read. So like essentially I'm saying it out loud, but it's
so weird.
It's just not like audible.
So do you visualize the setting when you're reading a book?
No, it's not like images. It's just the words.
So do you like reading like fiction books, like where you have to put yourself in a situation?
I never really enjoyed reading.
At all?
I think maybe that's why. Like I can see the story plot.
Wow.
Are you a fast reader?
Yes, very fast reader.
Okay, we could have a 100-question test. She's done when I'm on question 12. I'm not even kidding. It is superhuman. It's not fair.
Yeah, it is.
How do you know what you're thinking if there's no words?
Because I can see it.
I think that's why this whole thing is going viral, is because people like me can't understand how you get through a day without talking to yourself.
I don't know. I just feel like the information is in there.
Brain can't type.
And I can pull it forward if I want it. Like it's all just like, it's like files.
Yeah.
There's categories of information in my head, and I can pull them to the front if I need them. But
I feel like I could do that. Like if I'm studying,
who knew?
I can like pull things out. But just like if I'm sitting and like I have a thought, or someone is like walking by and I have a thought about that person, I'm like talking to myself about that. Does that not happen to you?
No. If I have a thought, normally I say it out loud.
I can't do this. Do you daydream often?
No, never. Hardly ever. I can't think of a time that I've daydreamed, I don't think.
Do you dream at night?
Yes.
I'm having one right now. You just have that idea. I'm constantly having a conversation with my head in my
I don't think so, actually.
Something like that.
Do you enjoy being alone? I like this question.
Yeah, I do.
So like if you don't have anything in front of you, like no stimulus, what is going on in your head?
Oh, I always have to be doing stuff. Like if I'm alone, I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm like watching Netflix, I'm studying. But I hardly ever just like I don't just sit there alone.
Oh, really?
Do you have any theories on this yourself?
Well, apparently, Volstorm, this girl doesn't talk to herself. She has no internal monologue. Like none at all. Like it just every thought that comes to her mind, she speaks it out loud. Like if she's if she's having if she was looking at Yuval Storm and she was going, "Oh, I want to get some of that," she would be saying it out loud. That's exactly what she'd be doing. She would just come right out and say it. She has no internal monologue.
Do you even care?
I don't really care. Like this feels really normal to me.
I can't even do this because I can't wrap my head around this. But she is so nonchalant about it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't.
Neither did Austin Powers. Exactly. Yeah, baby.
I don't know. It's just my everyday life, so I just do it. I do, like, if I'm at like laying in bed at night, like I have trouble getting to sleep because I can see like lists of things I need to do, and in order to make them go away, I have to go write them down.
That's actually one of the questions. Do you fall asleep easily, like quickly, or
no?
Is it harder?
So she does have an internal monologue. She sees lists.
I think I'm being almost visually stimulated when like
there you
my
go.
eyes are closed. I
That's
can't
right.
shut it out.
Yeah, I feel like for me, that voice is just constantly talking, and that makes it also very difficult to sleep.
No.
And that's why I feel like a lot of
She
people
is...
that are in my situation also think that, like, they wish they could shut
that. I don't
off,
know,
and they're kind of jealous of your situation. But then again, we don't know what's going on in your head at all, so it could be even worse. So
I feel like the conversations you're probably having in your head are what I'm seeing in my head.
Yeah. Do you get anxiety?
Yeah, I tend to have really physical symptoms of anxiety. So it's less, I think, of a mental, like, I don't really feel like I am anxious until I realize that, like,
she has no filter on her thoughts
really
at all.
Or kind of more like physical symptoms of anxiety.
A bunch of people actually messaged me, and they said that most of the people that don't have this internal monologue are bilingual and speak multiple languages. Do you speak multiple languages, or
no?
Were you just good at like high school language, whatever you took?
Yeah, I was really good at high school language. I took 2 languages, and I know a little bit of 2 other languages. So I love language. I actually wanted to go into linguistics at one point in my life.
That's interesting.
That's what's up with my wife. I figured
if you're
it
on
out.
A date, how do you know if you like them or not?
No,
it's not true. Stuff.
You still feel it?
We still feel.
You're not like judging them?
We
like,
still
looking at them and being like, why do they wear that shirt?
Barely.
Or why does he keep
talking?
I think and why won't he shut up?
I think the things that you have in your head are probably more of like the like check boxes in my head. So like certain things will be like, yep, or like, nope.
You can't do this. When you're typing a sentence, like you're writing a paper for school, how do you write a sentence if you don't think about like how you're going to phrase the words?
She's just rude and found a way to explain it all the way.
They connect.
They just
it's the sentence. So
they connect.
If there's a noun, it's followed by a verb. If there's, and then it's all about the structure and the shape of the sentence. So and also I read my papers aloud, or I'll speak them out loud as I'm typing them, and then I'll go back and I'll change maybe the sentence structure so that fits a better shape. Like, I don't know how to describe the shape of a sentence, but
when I write, I have thoughts and I write down what I think. So I can't comprehend how you could possibly just make a sentence without having
any thought.
I have like an outline and a flow of where I want the paper to go. So from start to finish, I know exactly what I'm going to say, but not specifically word for word. I'll just start writing to make it.
Who are these weird people?
But I don't have a sentence.
This lady has no internal dialogue. Like everything that she thinks, she speaks. She has to speak it. It drives her nuts if she doesn't. Does she also smell colors? She just might. She just might, Baldo. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
It's that I hear in my head as I'm writing it. I just know where I'm starting and where I want it to go. So
I thought this was going to make my life easier and make all of the thinking stop, but this is not helping.
Sorry.
And I apologize if this you guys up even more. What else do we have? Oh, serious question. Have you ever had depression?
Yes.
And how does that manifest? Because I feel like most people that have depression have that little voice in the back of the head that is like just feeding them negative thoughts. So how does it manifest for you?
I'd say again, it was back in high school, but it was much more of a physical kind of it's more of the
Like
physical
fatigue?
symptoms. Yeah, feeling really fatigued, feeling no desire to get up or do anything, feeling no interest in doing anything. So it's not lack of a motivation is like a really poor term.
Well,
for
I don't
that,
know
but
about that.
Less happy emotion.
I think that's more of a function than anything. She probably wouldn't say anything. She would just get up and go. She'd probably excuse herself out of societal norms, but she doesn't have like that internal dialogue that the perfect example of this. What is a perfect example of this? Like me sitting here thinking about it and saying a perfect example of this is that's like an internal dialogue that most people will have internally, and it can appear that like that. It's like where you have that thought in your head without saying it. Sensing some abuse in her past. I don't know. I don't know who she would have abused. I mean,
Would you say?
Yeah,
Is it more an
feeling
emotional thing?
disengaged, disinterested in life.
That makes
General.
sense.
Yeah.
Every time I shower, I relive an argument from
There you
like
go.
2007 and I try to win that argument. Do you not do that?
That sounds like a you problem.
It's not. It's unanimous.
No.
So you don't think about like discussions that you've had in the past and how you could have said something different in that situation?
No.
Have you?
I literally did that like last night.
I do it.
I do it all the time.
Every time I shower, I am constantly just thinking about conversations I've had, maybe some awkward interactions from middle school or
That far back.
just whenever, I don't choose when it comes into my head. It just pops in there and I'm like, I should have said this, but I didn't.
I will say that if I've had a conversation that day, sometimes I'll go back, but it's all out loud. I'll tell myself what I would have done differently, or like I'm a big journaler, so I would write about how that
makes sense.
conversation went and how I would do
That's
something different.
could be too.
Okay, well, I don't think we learned anything. I think I'm still
I like this
spiraling
guy.
out of control. I don't know where we go from here.
What does that
She
mean?
seems
Because,
okay.
ouch, I don't know.
I know millions
not
of
in
people
here.
that do not feel okay about this situation. All I'm going to say is I hope it helps give some scientists a better insight on how the mind works and gives people more theories that they could think of to help certain situations like mental health and other medical issues that maybe they didn't know about before. So I'm probably not going to sleep tonight.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's wild. That's wild. No internal monologue. That is so crazy. And I want to show something else here. Why is it not working? See, it does that every time. And we'll just go ahead and add this to the stage so you can
Is that
hear it when I'm
X
hearing.
and you have some responsibility to moderate hate speech on the platform, that you wouldn't have to answer these questions from reporters about the Great Replacement Theory as it relates to
I don't
Democrats,
have to answer these
the
questions.
Great Replacement Theory as it
See, don't
relates
have to
to
answer these
Jewish
questions.
people. Do you think that?
I don't have to answer questions from reporters. Don, the only reason I'm doing this interview is because you're on the X platform and you asked for it. Otherwise, I would not do this interview.
So you don't think? Do you think that you wouldn't get in trouble or you wouldn't be criticized for these things?
I'm
or that
criticized
there was-
constantly. I could care less.
There you go. That right there was the perfect response. Like, I get criticized constantly. I could care less. like really? The only reason that I'm giving you this interview, Don Lemon, is because you asked for it. You asked for this interview, but other than that, yeah, Elon has been basis for a lot of things lately. I mean, I don't like everything about Elon. I don't think he's like God's gift to humanity or anything like that. But I know you can tell that he's just like, listen, you're saying that I have no problem with you having your opinions, but whenever you come at me and start accusing me of being some sort of like Holocaust denier or some crap like that, it's just like, why are you doing this? I mean, you came on here to interview me about about X or about whatever else is going on, and you're trying to accuse me of things, and then coming back and playing the victim because, oh well, you didn't, you're doing X, Y, or Z. What does that matter? What are you saying? That's free speech. Accusing somebody of doing something heinous or believing something heinous, it's this thought police shit that Don Lemon wants to have. This is what gets you kicked off of platforms. I mean, there's a reason why you're not employed by CNN anymore. You got shit canned from there too. He's a smart ass, and I love it, even if I don't agree. Exactly. So Elon Musk is a fake free speech advocate. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think that he's got no problem with free speech except for things that might be illegal. But that's how it goes. It's also his platform. He can do whatever the hell he wants to. You're welcome to join in or not. How's Elon's monorail going these days? Hell if I know. Hell if I care. Like I said, if people think that dude is perfect, he's not. Don Lemon has made a name for being a jerk of a reporter, which is why nobody wants him. Talk about a narcissist. Yeah. People talking smack. There's nothing wrong with talking smack. We do it all the damn time, 24/7, all the damn time. The problem that people had with Lemon is because, well, he's an ass. He's just an outright ass. And Elon called him out on it. He said, "Listen, dude, I gave you this interview, to help you out with your platform. I mean, think about what a great interview that is. If you've ever seen him get on with Lex Freeman, like they have conversations, and he hits him on some pretty deep thoughts too. Same way with Joe Rogan, and you don't have to agree with what he says or what his thoughts are, but that's how it goes." Hey, Mass, how you doing? Is also intellectually challenged. Yeah. And, had he asked him a different way or asked a different question, there wouldn't have been such a big deal. I mean, I would love to chat with Elon just to see how he ticks. I don't know. I think I'd be a little bit scared because, I don't know. People like Elon, it's not that they intimidate me. It's just I feel like I'm not the smart at all. so whenever I look at it, it's just like he's probably answered most of those questions over and over ad nauseum. Any questions that I'd want to ask, I think he's pretty much answered them ad nauseum. I would much rather sit down and have a drink with Elon and talk about shit, some of his plans for what he's going to be working on with robotics and what his thoughts were on humanitarian crises all across the world, and how he thinks that mining lithium from poor countries, and cobalt and basically destroying villages and countries, and just destroying the earth just to get a few miles more out of a car. Those are kinds of questions I would ask him, like how does he justify that? I mean, he's just a guy. No, it's not the celebrity status money get in the way. No, I know he's normal. I'm just saying that he's also highly intelligent, and he wouldn't be trapped into a lot of the bullshit that a lot of other people get into. And he would probably be talking over my head, where I would just be nodding my head along like, I have no idea what the fuck you just said. Like you start talking like mathematics or something, which the guy's a genius at mathematics, I would just be completely like, fuck, I'm out of my league here. I have no way of carrying on a conversation. And I run into that often with people that are highly intelligent, like my wife. Sometimes I just can't even carry on a conversation with her because she's talking way over my head. He's brilliant. He is creepy. Yes. Equates to taking a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. And you can understand why after that why he got his deal canceled. Yes, Elon is a little bit creepy, and it's just because he's like so damn highly intelligent up here. I think he has Asperger's or something like that. Somebody said, I don't know. I have the same problem with my wife. Yeah, see, you're just like, wow, you just blew me away with your intelligence. I feel so stupid. But the cool part is with my wife, I have these little things on my arm called muscles. So she goes, oh, she looks at me and goes, oh, you're so pretty. It's like, what the fuck? What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I'm married, but not to Val. No. But see, the cool thing is I can like tear apart her engine on her car, or she comes to me with, hey, my bracelet broke and I can't figure out how to make it fix, like husband fix broken. That's whenever she goes dumbs. She goes the dumb way. Hair plugs. Yeah, it is absolutely right. Elon does have the hair plugs, doesn't he? Boosty G, it certainly was because Amber Heard could carry on. Elon is like a gopher tortoise. He stays hidden until he's not. There you go. Oh, you're so pretty, boy. Get on over here.
Nice.
Thank you, Baldo Gagger. That one was for you. I appreciate you, man. Oh, that's awesome. Super chats needs a thumbs down button. Farrell, if you're making notes on that, you're a little behind. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with Farrell for being a little behind what's going on. Oh, Lord Almighty. Lord Almighty. That was a very interesting interview with Don the Le Mans. He's definitely not the smartest cookie in the cookie jar, or if he's even a cookie. What was that? There was something else I was looking at. Oh yeah, yesterday was Pi Day. See, that shows you how smart I am. Yesterday was Pi Day, and I had no idea. Had no idea yesterday was Pi Day. Well, that's really cool. Nope. I'm making sure that there was something else I wanted to show, but I couldn't find it. I just read this cool meme, and it says a woman over 50 won't wake you up in the middle of the night and ask you what you're thinking because she doesn't care what you're thinking. Oh, I love it. What is wow, why is everybody going off about 50? Sausage party, home alone, no. Oh, geez, Louise. So many different thoughts. I need to stop chasing rabbits here. But like I said, you're not going to hear anything about the Haiti. The things that you hear are usually not completely true, or they'll sort of shoot different things down. No, don't want to talk about that anymore. Don't want to talk about that anymore. Haiti is enough. Let's talk about Israel for a little bit. Yeah, let's just throw my hat in there and go absolutely bonkers on this. What is this? Kilobyte became a new member. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. I have got a good one for you. This will be like the best description of my channel.
stupid or something.
Because I am. I'm stupid. No, seriously. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Here. That was much better. Sorry. Thank you, Kilobyte. I appreciate it. Oh, you'll be right back. Okay. Good to see you. Woo-hoo, I couldn't wait till I got on my laptop as it doesn't show up on iThingies. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. And plus they take a portion of that stuff. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. Oh, thank you very much for your membership. It is greatly appreciated. That's me when you go south. Oh, Sean. Going south. I gotcha. I gotcha. Top Democrat Schumer calls for. Oh, what the hell is this stuff? So I guess this is what they had to say about Israel. Top Democrat Schumer calls for new elections in Israel, saying Netanyahu is an obstacle to peace. You know, there was, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there's some peaceful things that happened, like right before a former president. Who was that president? I guess you can't even say his name. That did so much for. Was it something like the Abraham Accords that was really trying to bring peace throughout the region? First time that they'd had garnered it. What happened with that? Yeah, what happened with that? Wow. What kind of trouble are we stirring now? Well, we're always stirring trouble. Can't help it. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Thursday called on Israel to hold new elections, saying he believes Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has lost his way and is an obstacle to peace in the region amid a growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. So now they're calling it a humanitarian crisis. Really? So he criticized Netanyahu in a 40-minute speech on Thursday. He should just shut his mouth. Schumer should just shut his mouth and maybe stay in his own lane and stop stirring up shit, because I guess war just is something that they gotta have. I don't understand why they have to have all this war. It's really people are being stifled right now by a governing vision that's stuck in the past. Jeez Louise, you guys. Unless Israel gets a Muslim office, the person will always be an obstacle. There you go. Majority leaders are also blaming right-wing Israelis, Hamas, and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. Until they are removed from the equation, Schumer said there will never be peace in Israel and Gaza on the West Bank. That's because you fuckers don't want it. If you don't want peace, there never will be. You have to work for this shit. Peace and freedom are something that you have to constantly pay for. Jeez, have you not learned anything? Israeli Ambassador Herzog said it called the speech counterproductive to our common goals. There you go. You know what that right there was? That you understand what Michael Herzog said. He says that speech is counterproductive to our common goals. It's just these folks. I just there's days that I want to just reach out and slap someone, and in a nice, kind, and thoughtful way. How old is Schumer? Schumer is a what would be the best description? Well, he would ride the short bus, but the only problem is he got kicked off, or they just couldn't tolerate that level of retardation. I mean, it was so they had to sort of kick him off the short bus. Look at like ET at the right angle. And so does Pelosi. I mean, all these people have been there for damned ever. I mean, it's like, go away. You've apparently been working on peace for all of these decades, yet you haven't been able to get shit done. What does that tell you? Maybe you're doing a shitty job at garnering peace. It's just a thought, just a strange thought. Maybe if you weren't such an idiot at trying to garner peace, then you would do something a little better, just a little bit better. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he would be a great addition. So, very cool. Yeah, that's what is it? Dang, from orgies to fanny internal voice. Yeah, he licked too many windows. Hey Baldo, yeah, Farrell mentioned something to me just now. She was like, "Hey, you want to be on for Sunday story time? you want to read with us? It is Friday, Gigi. It is Friday. You know, all I need to hear is one thing from Yuval Storm. That's it, just one thing. You know how it goes. It's so crazy. Did y'all hear about Mitch McConnell's billionaire sister-in-law? I don't know. Did he sleep with her? Because if he didn't, what kind of news is that? I think everyone in government should retire at 65 to give the rest of us peace of mind. Well, look at the ladies in there. That's right. That's absolutely right. Oh man, so crazy. Yay for Friday. I think everyone in government should retire. Yeah, 6 Yeah, having Baldo on would be absolutely hilarious. If you don't know who Baldo Gacker is, he's so much fun. So much fun. What we need is a lovely voice in there. You know, that like a female voice. You know, us guys, we read a certain way, and it might get the ladies all hot and bothered. But we got to have something for the guys. You know, got to have the ear candy for the guys. that's why we like Diva so much. But you know, she's got a thing called real life. You know, the rest of us here on this YouTube, we don't have that thing. We're just a bunch of, you know, monkeys in suits. She actually does something with her life. Awesome. But yeah, it's been so no, this Matt, oh my gosh, this man right here is awesome. Matt himself, he's got a cool little channel, and he is he's a good friend, and he's been working in that there pipeline. So whenever you ask Matt, do you know anything about laying pipe? That man right there, he knows about laying pipe. Mm-hmm. And he double checks it to make sure that it's sealed. Brands. Good stuff, man. Yeah. Giggity. That's absolutely right. That is absolutely right. Matt's good people. We've got he was one of the first interviews I had on, not the very first. That would have been Dan Spiker. Dance was the first person I had on for an interview, but Matt himself, like, was kind enough to come on, and we talked about welding and shit like that, which is really cool. He actually he reached out to me, and he wants to start up a really cool thing and come on as a guest, which I'm going to take him up on that. I just need to find the time between every other thing that I do to have that discussion. I think there would be a good interest in it. It would be, and I completely agree with him on it. We use, like I said, I've got a million things going on, and I can't dedicate any more time to anything right now. But I will once I get like all the work done around the house that I have to do. It is a never ending thing, because as it gets warmer, I will probably be doing a little bit less streaming, especially on the weekends, because that's whenever I get really busy. I've got like today. I'll give you a perfect example. This is what my day is going to look like, and this is almost in order of everything. I get up, make some coffee, make some do some stream. Then as soon as I get finished here, I want to be changing into my coveralls, the bib overalls. And then I'm going to be ripping out this entire wall right here so I can put in a pocket door. I mean, I've already have a doorway. It just doesn't have a door on it. So I'm ripping out the wall to install a pocket door. And then the pocket door will be here Saturday, Sunday. I think Saturday or Sunday. The frame will be here. And then I have to wait another 4 weeks or so before the actual door will be here. So I got to spend a lot of freaking money. Yes, but the door will be really cool. It's going to be a what do you call it? A slab door with glass in it, like the tempered glass, whatever. And then I'll be sheetrocking that all back up probably Sunday, and sanding it all out, letting it dry. Monday will be, and then, and that's the other thing. And then I've also got a table that I've got to pull off the back deck, and then I'm going to seal it with epoxy, so the damned what do you call it? Those little fuckers, carpenter bees, don't chew up the damn thing this year. They got a hold of it last year, and I managed to kill them off and get them out of there, and fill up the holes that they made in the cypress. Fucking little assholes. But I'm gonna sand it down and get it resealed back up. This is what my day looks like. So it's a constant blast of things being done. Plus, then I've also got to go and pick up. I got to go pick up some dog food. I've got grocery shopping to do. Like my day. It's whenever I wake up in the morning, my day is not even beginning, and then of course by the time this evening rolls around, I'll be mentally and physically exhausted, and I'll end up sleeping for about 2 hours or 3 hours or something like that, and then just go like do it again tomorrow. Although I don't do streams on Saturday mornings. Oh, thank God. I don't think I could handle it. It's been crazy. It's been just like this is how it goes. And it's supposed to rain today, which will be awesome because I don't know how that's gonna affect doing the epoxy on the table. Yeah, I do a lot of woodworking. Geez. I mean, I built a swing bed for my wife that hangs out in the sunroom. I built a chase lounger or something like that for her also. And then I did. Oh, that reminds me. I do have my desk coming today. I had to get a new desk. My old one, the top of it is I'm getting an L desk and a standing one also. So I'm not sitting on my ass all day whenever I'm working and then streaming and then working. Yep, there's only one thing in the world that I want to hear. What is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is 0800. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
And what else? It's Friday, brother.
It's Friday.
I know. You're gonna be on with the expert, right, tonight?
Yep. Tonight we're going to be doing FNL. It's going to be, from what I understand, it's going to be the St. Patrick's Day edition. So hold on, buckle up, folks.
Yeah, and I've gotten a preview of that, and I've been biting my tongue because whenever he showed it to me, I was like, oh, that is so perfect. I totally forgot about this, and I was like, I'm not giving it away. I'm not.
No.
I was like, expert, this is awesome, and I totally forgot about it. But yes, you have to do that, and I was like, I'm like, my lips are sealed on it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good.
Oh man, it's always a good time anyway. But I find when we have these themed shows, it takes it up just another notch, man.
It does. It just is gonna be so fun. I'm just looking. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, even if I'm just sitting there in the back room,
Right.
just watching this is going to be. He's expert is just so much fun.
Well, like I said, it'll be crazy no matter what. But we get the Halloween show is always a big blast. We try to do Christmas show, whatever.
The Halloween show was off the freaking rails.
It's the best. It is the best.
Him and White Rabbit. Oh my God, that was just so perfect for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then of course all the guests show up and just they just took it to that other level. And I think he was like, I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. It's like that was one of the best nights.
It got to the point, it got to where so many people wanted to come on in costume, so many people that, and I was talking with White Rabbit, that they had to like schedule. It's like, okay, you're going to come on at this time, and then you're going to come on at this time. And I was like, hey, wherever, because I'm on there just about every week. And I was just like, wherever y'all want to put me is fine with me. So do whatever you need to do.
Well, and that's what I told them too. I was just like, they were like, oh, we'll have you on at like the beginning. And it was like, okay. So I got on there and it was like, I saw that there was a lot of other people wanting to get on it. I was just like, hey, dude, I'm happy to head out for a little bit. And I think I went over to Reloaded for a while. And then I think I came back on later and I got
still going.
Less,
yeah.
Oh yeah. I had less and less clothes on every time you see me.
Yeah, it's a good night when Shizzy shows up half naked.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, it went from one outfit to another. It was like a general digression. That wasn't really
yeah. I think that would be a digression.
Oh, Diva, and Diva missed the bib overalls. She was so disappointed.
I know.
She was jumped off because she was making room for me, and that's why I showed up.
Yeah, I even told I'd pause it and then text her or whatever because she's upstairs and I'm downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Shizzy's already wore overalls just for you.
I love it. Oh, but yes, this Friday Night Live is going to be awesome. It is going to be an absolute blast. And if you guys haven't checked it out, oh my gosh. I mean, there's a reason why I don't do streams on Friday nights is for that reason. Because it's not about being on there, it's about watching the whole thing.
It's just an experience is what
it is.
And it's like, we've never tried to be like, oh, we have to compete with this or we have to compete with this. We just got on there goofing around. And then
even
became what it became. Yeah.
Even Expert was saying like his first Friday Night Live had 17 still to this day has like 17 views. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Like if that shows you how popular that it was.
Yeah, right. Because we were like, we have no idea what we're doing. We're just getting on here and running our mouths for a couple hours, and then it's just kind of blossom into this, which is great. That's what you want to see out of a channel. Is you want to see like a natural progression. The ones that start out and they get hot immediately burn out.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
Yeah. Like, and that's one thing that I've enjoyed about doing my morning shows is because I think whenever I first started doing this, I was maybe getting 5 or 6 people on it, but that was like the first week. And I think then I started getting maybe 10 to 20 people and then it just got like insane crazy where now I'm running a steady like 50 people to just coming in and hanging out and I'm I'm working on getting better at my morning stuff, because I'm not really a funny guy.
No, but I love this. I'll tell you a little bit about me. Growing up, I would always have morning radio on, and the morning radio is usually, a couple guys on there, going back and forth, just funny, and they'll play funny clips or whatever. And I've always had that. So as morning radio has kind of fizzled out, I've needed something to fill that gap. So I started watching different YouTube shows of a morning, and some of them lasted, some of them hadn't. And then when you came on doing it, I was like, "Oh, great! This fills my little niche." Because I have to have it. Kind of wakes my brain up.
Makes you think.
Yeah, it makes me think. So that's why I love having your show on.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, because sometimes I get really super political and say things that are probably not like YouTube friendly.
Well,
Like,
that's my general nature anyway. I've watched politics since I was a kid, so
Yeah.
I'm so used to just kind of just kind of being involved in it and having an opinion on it, whether it's whether you agree with it or not. I really don't care, but it's just always been an interest of mine.
Yeah. Sean Bird said Volstorm needs his gap filled. I love it. I love it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Well, but see, everything doesn't have to be political these days. And I think my biggest problem and hang up is that I get more upset with the mainstream media of trying to find the truth, the news, perfect example is Haiti. It's like, you realize we sent Marines in there to secure the embassy. Didn't we
Right.
hear this back whenever they did the same shit in 2016 with Benghazi? And look how that shit show's turned out.
Well, exactly.
I mean, and
Well,
it's basically the same politicians that we had there before, and you look for it on the news, and there's nothing. It's like,
and here's kind of my problem is I can seek out politics enough. I don't need it forced. When
Right.
it starts bleeding over into other genres like sports, because I'm a big sports
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
When
are
you
big.
start bleeding in politics into sports, that's when I have a problem, because I go to things like sports or entertainment to get away from politics, to get away
Right.
from the news, to just enjoy the experience of the sport or the movie or whatever. When you start bleeding politics into it, it ruins the whole experience for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Eris is like, oh, it's too early in the morning for this some of this phrasing.
I'm not
Well-
awake either. Don't worry.
Well, and I've had like Eris, she's like, why are you getting all stirred up? Now think about this. What were you talking about last week? What was the conversation I was having the week before? Those conversations were talking a little bit about what's going on with Fannie Willis, what's going on with
Right.
the election.
Right.
We were talking about an issue happening at the border. Do you know what happened at the border? What news have you read about lately? What's going on the Texas border? What's going on at Eagles Pass?
Haven't heard anything.
I mean, it's like they want to scrub
Right.
everything off of your. Oh yeah, let's talk about how Trump is still got like 91 counts in 50 different
Right.
states over some bullshit that is probably just going to go away anyway.
Well, that's an old political tactic. It's
Right.
if you don't want them to concentrate on where you're faltering, then we need to focus our attention on something else. And unfortunately, we have a media who will go along with that, as opposed to doing what they used to do, which was just report on the news. Everything has to be an editorial. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares
Well-
about your opinion.
Well, and that's especially with news reports. I mean, I read one it came out of Ukraine, and it was four paragraphs long,
Right.
and each paragraph was about 4 sentences.
Yeah.
It gave the who, what, why, when, where, how, and what was being done about it. I mean,
Right.
it like had a resolution. It didn't have an opinion about this guy being some left-wing political hack or right-wing,
Right.
uh, baby humping, whatever. They didn't have any of this kind of
Yeah.
stuff in the information in there. It was like, here is the story, and you can make what you will with it. Like, newspapers don't have to have these big editorials if you're just putting out the news. I mean, the only reason that you have those editorials is because you're trying to tell a novel or something,
Right.
some crap like that. That's like,
Well,
like,
you
the news.
used to have an editorial section.
Right.
You had the
Now the
news,
whole thing is,
and then you had an editorial section, and you could read it or not. Most of the time, a lot of people didn't read it anyway. But now, like you said, the whole thing's an editorial.
yes.
See?
Well, and see, here's the thing: up to 6 fatalities in the Ohio tornado last night. People are still missing. Holy shit! See, and this is stuff that hell, you pull it up on the news and you don't find anything about it.
No.
Like you actually have to go search these things out. Like, why? Why should I have to go search out the news that interests me?
And what kind of sickens you about that is the only time that is brought to the forefront is if somebody's going to go down there and make a political statement about it. Oh,
Right.
yeah, we'll get you this. Our administration does this, and this. No, let's concentrate on the families and the victims.
Yeah, like this right here. So and I talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
And of course, it's just like people are going, "Oh, well, look, they self-deleted." Well, yeah. It's like, but you know what? You guys spent and I'm talking about you guys as far as the mainstream news. They spent months talking about how, because they were bullied and these girls like beat them up and caused head injury, and that was the cause of their death.
Right.
It wasn't. It was like, that was, they self-deleted. But they won't talk about that. They won't talk about mental illness like that. They won't say that chopping parts of your body off there might be something not
right
fucking right up here.
Exactly.
They'll say, well, it's society not accepting them for the way they are.
Well, it's
grandpa talks to the radio, and he thinks that there's voices telling him to go do really bad things, like drive his car through like a crowded parade. Maybe grandpa's got some mental issues there. Maybe we can seek some help. We don't sit there and go, no, those voices that you hear, they're correct, grandpa.
Well, we've gotten to the point now to where we, instead of going to a doctor, we want to look up our symptoms on WebMD.
Ooh.
And there's nothing that makes a doctor angrier than being like, really? You looked that up on Google?
Well, nothing makes me angrier than a doctor. Just saying. I don't have a good track record with doctors. I've already fired 5 doctors.
Oh yeah.
Like my wife said, you're getting to the age where you should go and do more physicals. I was like, yeah, I think I'm getting to the age where I physically don't give a shit anymore.
Right.
Because
I'm at
they
the
haven't been
point,
helpful yet.
Hey, I don't go to a doctor unless there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah.
That's just the way I am. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
Well, I did go to a doctor because there was something seriously wrong. My left hand, I don't have good control over it, and I'm in constant pain. So I went to a doctor to figure out what was going on. They're like, "Oh, you have some carpal tunnel and tendonitis and severe arthritis and especially around that joint." I was like, "Is that what's causing the pain?" No, we don't know what's causing the pain. I'm like,
why did I come here?
Yeah. Is there a pinched nerve because I can't feel the end of my thumb? Is there something going on? Well, we can't.
Something
really
in my
that.
neck? Is there? Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, you just spent, I don't know how many thousands of freaking dollars, using insurance money, that's going to up my insurance rates, finding absolutely nothing. Thank you very much.
Right.
Screw you. I'm done. And then of course we won't even talk about the jab bullshit where they wouldn't even see me unless I got that taken care of, and here I am going,
yeah.
Well, great. What if I don't want this? Well, you got to do it.
Exactly.
It's like, then you're an evil, horrible person if you don't do it.
Well, I know she said your left hand, not your right. So
Yeah. Well, I am bilingual. I am bilingual.
you're bilingual.
No, it's from playing bass and working on cars.
Right.
It's caused it. I mean, I know what the issue that's caused it. I just want a way to make it not hurt. That's
Well,
all.
yeah, exactly.
I'm not looking for a magic pill or anything. What it feels like is someone needs to grab a hold of my finger and
Mhm.
like rip on it really hard until whatever the pain is stops. That's what it's like. Like I
Right.
want somebody to like literally like rip my finger out of its socket.
Yeah.
That's the because that pain would be less than that.
Just take this off, please. Okay.
Be less of a beach. Thank you, Matt.
That's right, Matt. That's right.
Yes. Haven't gone to a doctor outside of a dentist since I was a teenager. Well, see, I hit that certain age where they like to ram things up your ass. Yeah. That was fun.
Nope.
That was an experience.
Nope.
You know, because you got to drink this fluid that that just cleans you out.
That's right.
That was a joy.
I prefer those old fashioned mountain home remedies, like Granny's elixir. That's my kind of medication.
Well, my concern was whenever the doctor's like, we'll get in there right away. I was like,
Oh,
great.
you're a little too
Great.
enthusiastic about this, Doc.
So he just wants someone to pull his fingers.
Exactly.
Oh, their hand hurts. There, I fixed it. That's the thing. There, it doesn't go away. It's a constant pain. So seriously, like just sitting here right now, it's like screaming at me, and some of it's to do with I think the weather causes it a little bit too, which means we're probably going to be getting some pretty bad
Arthritis.
rain.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. I've had arthritis since I was in my 40s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And that's just from all of the, I mean, whenever you sit around for 18 hours a day in your what teens, let's see, 19 to like 22, like 18 to 20 hours a day, just playing music,
Oh, yeah.
that it tends to put a hurt on you. I should have learned from John Medeski. This is what I should have done. From Medeski, Martin Woods, because he has like severe carpal tunnel in both his hands. He has to wear braces on his hands to play. Like he's an awesome keyboard player.
Yeah.
But I was just like, so what's up with the things? He was like, oh, they're totally jacked. He's just been playing for my entire life, and well, that happens. I was like, well, shit. I never really thought about it until I hit my late 30s whenever it started hurting.
Yeah.
And then of course my sorry ass went to go work and doing mechanics work again.
More stuff
That's
in your
always
hands.
helpful.
Yeah.
Like, where you're grabbing a impact wrench and you're like taking tires on and off like 50 to 100 times a day easily.
Oh, man.
That impact causes a lot of damage. At least I lucked out and I listened to an old guy that was just like, whenever you're getting down to like, slide those little things under there, he goes, just kick them under with your feet. He goes, you get on your hands and knees, you're going to blow your knees out. He was serious too. He was like, look at me, my knees are going all to shit.
Right.
He's like, don't get on your hands and knees. Don't do it. Just stay off your knees. I was like, oh,
that's probably good advice for a lot of people. Stay off your knees.
Stay off your knees, especially for Lynette.
Oh God!
Stick to the pole. Stick to the pole. For being a hairdresser for years. Yeah, see, and it's just it's so crazy the amount of. I think it builds it up or something. I don't know. There's a reason why I didn't become like a bodybuilder or power lifter. Well, because one,
you didn't want to show off.
I was really skinny. No, because I was worried about blowing out my knees. Like you see these guys in their 20s and crap like that, and they're just like, oh, let's see how heavy we can get this, shit on our backs and crap like that. And then whenever they're in their 50s and 60s, they're like Arnold Schwarzenegger and barely freaking walk. Well, that might have had steroids to do with it too.
Well, shoot, I had a buddy of mine who was really into, I mean, he was hardcore into the bodybuilding. Next thing you know, he ended up having to get a heart transplant.
Yeah.
Because it took such a toll on his body that his heart just gave out.
Oof.
It's crazy.
Well, that, and for me, it's the red meat. every time I go see a doctor, they'd say, your cholesterol is getting a little high, and I would just go, well, it might be all the red meat I'm eating. They go,
Yeah,
well,
I'm not.
You need to change your diet. I was like, change it to what? I go, cholesterol needs to run through these veins to keep me pumping.
Oh, exactly. It's what keeps me lubricated, Doc. Come on.
Good morning, MLS. Yeah, MLS came showing up last night, and he was there. I was like, expert was like, hey, there's David. I was just like, well, I gotta go. It wasn't intentional. I'd been going at it 3 hours last night, and
right.
I was like, I've got to end this thing at some point in time. Good to see MLS, and I hope you're doing well. And I think he's so. I'm curious.
Yeah.
If you got a minute, because I want to see if MLS wants to come on. If you've got a minute,
sure.
MLS, David. I would sort of want to get your thoughts on this crumbly stuff. So if you got a little bit of time, you can just show up and be the voice in the background, because I have opinions. I have opinions. And yes, Baldo Gagger says, stay off your knees is bad advice. Yes, it is bad advice.
Well, it depends on your situation.
Well, it depends on who she is. I mean, she's got a face like Amber Heard, then she can just just go crawl into a hole somewhere. Where the hell is he?
Just make sure you paid her to leave.
That's usually what you're doing. Yeah, people don't realize you're not paying them to do the deed. You're paying them to leave.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen said it best. He was like, I don't pay them to have sex with them. I pay for them to leave.
Yeah. I watched that interview that Charlie Sheen did. What was it, 2008, after he got fired off of
Two and a Half Men.
Yeah, 2.5 Men. I think it was Katie Couric or something like that. He was with. He was like, if you heard my brain, if I could put my brain inside yours, you would rip it out of your head almost immediately and hand it back to me.
Right.
He goes, well, that's why I do all the drugs I do. It's like, Jesus Christ. They think you're bipolar. He goes, no, because bipolar would mean that you have some sort of crash. I don't crash. I'm winning.
Exactly.
Like, good Lord, man.
Winning.
He was looking rough there too. He was just oh my gosh. Here we go. Hello, fine sir.
Hey, David.
Hello,
Hey, David.
Gentlemen.
So what's your thoughts on this whole crumbly thing? Because I was not able to watch it. I have so much other stuff going on too, but I was able to understand what was happening with it.
So the interesting thing about, I guess the more concerning thing about James's trial is that there was a lot more evidence that was brought in that seemed to show James as caring about Ethan more so than Jennifer, right? We're just sort of doing like a cost minus sort of assessment here. But we had James reaching out to Ethan's friend's father when Ethan's friend had disappeared and no one knew really what happened. And Ethan seemed to be concerned and it was affecting him. So James reached out to the friend's father and said, hey, what's going on? Ethan's concerned. Then you have more talk about, hey, we're here, if you need to talk to anybody. That was testified to, that's what James was saying to Ethan during the meeting. We had the journal entries that said that Ethan had written that said, my dad hid the gun. He won't let me have the access to the gun, the ammunition, things like that. I need to find where my dad hid it, things like that. All of that didn't come in under Jennifer. And so
didn't they, if you'll refresh my memory, Dave, didn't they not want that part of the journal in on her trial?
Right. And the judge excluded it. I'm not sure why. Now, the judge had admitted other parts of the journal and other text messages from Ethan to his friend under present sense impression, which makes no sense. But either way, all of it is a huge problem for the confrontation clause. Like, you have the right to confront the witnesses against you, and they weren't able to cross-examine Ethan's statements because he didn't testify, yet his statements could come in. So all of that is a problem with both cases. What the point I was trying to make is, so we have documented evidence that this was a father that was at least concerned and trying to do something, and also hid the gun and hid the ammunition and didn't allow James or Ethan to have unfettered access to it, and he still got convicted.
Yeah.
It's more concerning to me that James got convicted than it was that Jennifer got convicted.
But either of them
Jennifer
got convicted concerns me because they're not the ones that actually committed this crime. I mean, that's because now you put parents in a position where they're responsible for every single thing that their child does. So if your child just happens to take the keys to the car, goes out drinking that night, or steals your alcohol, goes out drinking and gets a little bit plastered and goes and runs down an entire family, all of a sudden now you're responsible and you should be held liable for every single bit of that action.
Yeah.
And serve prison time because of it. That to me, that just sounds insane.
And it's leading to a mob mentality, literally a lynch mob mentality. There is a case, I don't know where it's, I was just watching The Lawyer just a minute ago before I hopped on here, and he's talking about a fight that took place in like a Halloween party. 6 or 7 kids are indicted for the unaliving of a 16-year-old. Apparently they jumped, and they jumped him and beat him up, and he ended up dying from that. And everyone in the chat is like, so when are the parents going to get charged? Where, these are kids with a history of bullying, and I'm like, oh my God, the parents aren't responsible for every single thing the kid does. But that's this mob mentality now. We're going to charge everybody. Okay, so then when are we going to start charging judges that give people probation that end up committing crimes? Where do you draw the line? And if it's not a nice, clean line, you have a problem with your system. It's literally what feels good to you. That's the appropriate thing to do.
Well, that's sort of my issue with the whole Fannie Willis thing. Because I mean, the part of her thing coming in running was, hey, I'm going to come in there, I'm going to clean up. It's horrible whenever you have employers sleeping with their employees, which is what the prior DA was doing. And then what comes out? Well, not only is she sleeping with her employees, but her employees are sleeping with each other. But then on top of that, she's using campaign funds to go on trips.
Let me ask you this. If all the supervisors and all the employees, if they just get into a giant nude pile, is there any issue there?
Depends on who talks.
It depends on who's talks.
Is it the one-on-one, superior, or is it if they're all involved at the same time, it's cool?
Yeah, I guess. I guess it depends on, No, I won't say it because that'll just get me in trouble. I just want to say it. I'm just like, nope, Shizzy. Don't say it.
By the way, Steph the alternate. I love this mug, by the way.
Oh, she is so damn awesome. She is so awesome.
Yeah.
No, it does concern me though that you get stuff like Fannie Willis that, oh, I didn't do any wrong. And my concern with whenever you get politicians involved in this and they start making rules to go after one particular person, they're not looking at the outcome of this where, okay, I made an analogy to this earlier. If you outlawed chewing gum, what happens whenever you want to chew gum? Now you've broken the law, and you're going to suffer the consequences of it because you're doing it to get somebody arrested. That's why going after Trump and creating all of this kind of crap where it's like, oh, let's go after him. Let's just throw everything at the wall that we can. What happens whenever that comes back to you and you're on the receiving end of that? Then you feign innocence.
You don't even need to go to the chewing the gum thing. Think of the mask mandates during 2020 and 2021. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
I represented a number of companies that were prosecuted for violating the lockdown restrictions, the mask restrictions, the, don't do business, you're not an essential business kind of restriction. But the people who were targeted, who were actually prosecuted for those, were the ones that were exercising their First Amendment rights, saying this is a stupid policy, this is a stupid law. If you did it, but you weren't vocal about it, you didn't get charged, even if everybody knew you were doing it. It was the ones that were vocal, that were exercising their First Amendment rights, saying this is dumb. Those were the ones that were getting prosecuted. So you're specifically targeting people who are exercising one of their fundamental rights. And but you weren't for, say, the politicians that met up, like Governor Whitler, and when her and her husband were violating the policies, nobody cared. There was photos of that and videos of that. So you don't need to even go to an imaginary banning gun situation to get there.
Right.
What rights? I see no rights anymore. I know. Yeah. Well, they're rights with caveats.
Yes, rights there. That I think is the biggest concern, is the rights with caveats. And my wife had this discussion, and it had to do with Second Amendment rights. She goes, "Well, do you think there should be red flag laws?" And I was like, "No,
nope, absolutely not."
I go, that is infringing on your right to keep and bear arms. And she said, "Well, what about criminals?" I said, "Did they serve their time? If they serve their time, I think they should be getting all those rights back."
Agreed.
Yeah. Unless if they are a harm to society, then why are they out of prison?
Well, that's the thing.
If you're worried about a harm to society, then they haven't served their time, and they should be put away for however long you deem necessary until they've
got around
that right back.
Is they go to the due process thing. Well, he had due process, so therefore we could take away any rights that he has, because essentially we could take away the ultimate right, which is life. Right? We can either execute them or throw him in prison for the rest of his life. So if we have that sort of authority, so long as we provide due process, then we can strip them of other rights. And that's sort of the idea behind it. And you can kind of understand that idea to an extent, because it does make logical sense. Like, if you could take a life, you can take the rights to own guns forever, right?
Right.
So, this stupid cat knocking stuff off. But from a policy standpoint, do we want to have that where someone is literally punished for the rest of their life for something as small as stealing $1,000? Because that's a felony in Michigan.
Yes.
Right.
So if you stole how easy is it to find something that's valued at $1,000? I can walk into a Walmart literally and commit a felony, right? So do we want to say that therefore that person doesn't have the right to own a firearm anymore, and their voting rights are restricted and all this stuff? So that's more of a policy question, and I don't agree with that policy. But while they're under the court's jurisdiction, whether they're in jail or they're on parole or they're on probation, I could see, okay, we
absolutely
right.
Once those three things are done, that's it. They've served their time.
Right. And that I'm with you on that. Is if you want to put them on parole for the next 50 years of their life because you don't want to have them having a firearm, then go for it. Then I would say, sure. You deem that they are a necessary part of society, but that you don't trust them.
Partly necessary.
Yeah.
Well, not
Wolfram,
the
how
only,
have you been, by the way? I haven't
doing
talked to you in
good,
a while.
brother. Doing good. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Well, I think that they feel that okay, if we let these people out on parole, which I mean, let's face it, the whole reason that they're doing it is because of overcrowding in the jails anyway.
Right.
But you know, it's like, okay, we'll have an extended sentence where you're on probation, parole, or whatever, and that you shouldn't be allowed your rights. Well, what happens when you get to the end of that and you've proven yourself to be a, you know, you've done your time, you've done your sentence, you've gone through everything, you haven't violated your parole, you haven't violated your probation. Why in the heck can't these people get their rights back? It's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
because look at the Crumblies, for example. Now their rights are completely gone. If
Yeah.
and if they even if they if this is not overturned on appeal, whenever they're out, they're done. That allows anybody to come at them, and they have no way of protecting themselves.
Right.
They have no protection against somebody that may want to do them harm. And trust me, there's a lot of people that want to do harm to them.
Yes.
So what resolve do they have? And David's right. It just turns into a mob mentality where, you know, what stops the mob from coming at them and taking away their right to life.
and don't get me wrong, I'm fine with the mob mentality generally. I don't like it when the government is doing it.
Right.
True. True.
Yeah,
So-
we're
so
not
that-
allowed to
that-
talk about that.
Oh, why are we off the air? Oh.
Oh, what happened? we love it though. No, so you've got Crumbly, you got Fannie Willis, you've got Trump that's going on. But yeah, whenever you ask what's going on,
I've been distracted real quick. Can we back up to Trump? I heard some charges were
Yeah.
dismissed against him the other day. Do you know anything
yeah,
about
there
that?
were
Six.
six charges altogether, 3 of them against Trump. And that was McAfee came in and basically said, yeah, you can't prosecute these, whatever. I don't know if it's a concession. We still haven't got his final verdict on whether Fannie's going to be removed from that. Kemp did sign some stuff into law that the Democrats feel he's going after them. It's basically they're going after prosecutors that are refusing to prosecute or nitpicking what they want to prosecute. Like saying, oh, we're not going to prosecute this guy because, you know, he might be of a certain color, but we're going to go after this guy because he has the money and can afford it. That kind of thing. He's like going against their discretion.
They started going after prosecutors with the those neighbors that ran down that black guy and then ended up shooting him. Those 3 neighbors.
Ahmed Aubrey.
Yeah.
They charged that prosecutor, I believe, with whatever dereliction of duty because she recused herself, but not early enough. And then it was like all kinds of shenanigans because she refused to prosecute. And she was like, you guys called me like the night of, and I knew the guy, so I recused myself. Of course, I wouldn't prosecute because I'm conflicted out.
Right.
But they're still going after her. I remember that was one of the first times. However, you know, it's a double-edged sword, right? Should Gravely also face some of the wrath for charging Zachariah Anderson? You know, so I see the need to go after prosecutors, but it's tricky when they're part of the same group of people that would be likely to go after prosecutors.
Exactly.
They're not gonna go after their own.
Well, and that's what with Trump losing, you know, getting those certain pieces removed from it, there were probably low hanging fruit anyway. Not anything that probably wouldn't have stood up to tough scrutiny. But I think the bigger thing is if Fannie is removed from this, it's going to be a pretty big slap down. I think McAfee may be weighing that also, going, yeah, if I remove her from this, the blowback is going to be insane because it will be.
Because what else would it affect? What other cases that I mean, I know This
No,
is
no,
specifically tied to Trump, but
it's
what
only for this case. Only for
Okay.
this case, because
He can't kick her out of the office.
No, he can't kick her out of the office, but he can remove her from a case. Especially whenever she's saying she's intentionally attacking somebody. Like she's on the attack. She says, I'm going to take down Trump no matter what I do. That right there should be enough to say you should not be prosecuting this. If you're going out seeking things to take someone out politically, you should not be in that position to be able to do that. You should be recused. You should be removed from that. It would be like, how fair is it if I use every bit of the government to go after Volstorm, and of
Please
course
don't.
David's trying to
Probably
defend him.
deserving.
Well, of course he is.
Well,
but that's
you don't know everything. Jeez.
there'd be one thing for me to do it, but another thing for me to brag about it. Like there's, I'm going at what was it that they
That's
outlawed?
the difference. That's the difference.
What is it that they outlawed in football not too long ago? Spearing.
Yeah.
Where you basically you run down one player and you injure them so you basically take them out for the season.
Yes.
Hasn't it always been illegal
like,
in football? But okay.
It's like targeting.
Targeting. That's what
it's
it
like
is.
targeting.
So there's it. They sort of would let it go, but it was getting to the point where people were getting injured, and it was like, yeah, we're not allowing that anymore. And you'll get in big trouble for it. And that's basically what it is if you're targeting one particular person, you're making it known, you're like showing your hand. Like there's one thing to go after somebody, but making it known, that's just a different level of assholishness.
Well, the NFL had a big deal where they had specific coaches that were paying bounties to players for targeting certain players on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is it like? It's Fight Club. First rule is you don't talk about Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
So it's just the brazenness on which these people talk about the things that they're going to do is so different nowadays. Like you get a quiet conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy anymore. It's all out.
No.
It's not hidden in the shadows. It's there. To give them credit, they're upfront and honest about it. But it doesn't do any good. It's still the wrong thing to be doing.
No, because you could
different than in the past,
Right. You could embarrass them by saying, "Oh, we found out that you're wanting to do this, this, and this." Well, now they're just upfront about it.
Well, they can't embarrass Trump. That's the problem.
No.
Everything that he does
like
unabashedly.
Like the prosecutor would be like,
right.
Yeah. Hey, we found out that you're targeting, Trump. And she's like, no, I'm not targeting anybody.
Right.
That's how it used to be.
Right.
Now it's, well, hell yeah, I'm targeting him.
Yeah, I'm going to take him
And they're
down.
unashamed about it.
Yes.
And if someone's that bold to do something like that shows you that we're in a different state of affairs than we should be. It's a little worse because if you don't have any shame of what you're doing, then that's not speaking well of society.
No.
As a whole.
Shame is good. Keeps us all quiet and living in our bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
To some extent. Although, it is, I don't know. It's very divisive, right? Like, I haven't read yet the Colorado case from the Supreme Court, but what I did read were some blurbs from the concurring opinions that said what you said basically created more divide and emboldened people in their positions.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't need to be said. And I haven't read it yet, but I have a feeling she's right. Because a lot of times people say way too much that needs to be said, or more than what needs to be said. And just for the sake of bragging or taking a stance, and it just doesn't help the situation when it comes to politics, for sure.
The dance biker dance. The mask is off because they think they're untouchable now. Well, until they become touchable.
In a way, they are. I mean, what consequences have we seen from this?
Well, if you do go after them, then they become a victim. Then all of a sudden, it's because of the color of my skin, or because of what's between my legs kind of attitude. It's just like, well, that's
You know what?
not what it's
It
about.
could be an extension of the victim mentality that I'm the victim, so now I'm fighting back, and now I'm courageous. Because who was it? Was it Chris Rock? I think said that there's 3 ways to get famous. One is to have talent, the other is to show your ass, and the third way is to be a victim.
Yes.
And if you are a victim, if you don't have that ass to show and you have no talent, but you can be a righteous victim fighting back against the man, that's the easiest way to do it. And it might be an extension of that.
Damn, I need to work on my victim status because I have no talent. And I don't have an ass.
Right.
Son of a! I'm just. It's like 3 strikes. I'm out.
Well, see, this is where I display my talent, and OnlyFans is where I show my ass. So we're good.
I do have an OnlyFans account, though. I do. I'm gonna have to get that thing up and running.
You gotta show your ass more, shit.
I wanted to start streaming to OnlyFans. I took a step that way with Twitch, and so now I stream to YouTube, X, Facebook, and Twitch. And now I'm gonna start streaming to OnlyFans as well. I've got to do it. I've got to just start streaming to it with my normal content. Not showing my ass.
But can you stream to OnlyFans with StreamYard and all that kind of stuff? Does it work
Honestly, I have no idea. I've
see,
never even been on OnlyFans. So first I got to like get on and create an account, and then
I've never been on OnlyFans. Okay.
I don't even know what it looks like. I just got on Twitch like 3 months ago for the first time ever, and I was like, "Oh, I'll create an account and start streaming."
Let me see if I can pull it up here. I'll show you my let's see, what did I sign in with? Yeah, this one right here.
This is her Michigan Law Show on OnlyFans. That would be amazing if there was already a Michigan Law Show on OnlyFans. It's not me. I'm on Cornhub. That's where my show is.
See, here's my OnlyFans account copy. Let's see. This is my OnlyFans account right here. And
love Michigan. Wait, hang on.
See?
Let me read that again. Michigan Love Show.
See, told you, my OnlyFans right there.
Huh. That's awesome.
I told you I had pussy on my OnlyFans account.
Oh, I believed you.
I like that. I was expecting more nipple, but that works.
See, nobody believed. I told everybody I had it there. I just haven't set up anything yet.
That's awesome. All right, so now I'm gonna have to go to the OnlyFans. I've never been there. All right, let me pull up your link so I can find you, and then I'm gonna have to create an account, I guess, so I can watch your content.
This is just like no.
Yeah, you've had lots of people in chat say, "I'm not following you there." No.
No.
All right.
No, we don't need to see anyone's dangling bits.
Ooh, I'm gonna sign in.
Gosh,
with
yeah. I'll have to get some dangling bits on there too.
Oh God.
I have to apply. I have to do a whole application thing.
Yeah.
Oh, but I logged in through Twitter, so it's already creating the Michigan Law Show stuff.
Yep, it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm.
Making history right here.
Exactly.
Dave logging into his OnlyFans account.
Dave creating his OnlyFans account.
Yeah,
that's great.
Oh, look, see, I logged in and it's got my little MLS logo now.
Mm-hmm.
This is cool.
It is.
All right, I gotta create a password.
I gotta get back to work. Thanks for the laughs.
Making law
Shumpert says
simple.
my balls are like the scales of justice. Oh, where's your sense of adventure? I want to see all the OnlyFans. This day, David. No.
Oh wow, there's some good advertisements here.
I bet.
I officially have an account on OnlyFans now to figure out how to stream it.
Look, you guys, he's made history today. Only Dave has become the newest member of OnlyFans. He has
That's
made
right.
history. Right
Well,
here.
I got the rest of my morning all mapped out.
See, I'm such a degenerate. I corrupt everybody.
Well, Dave didn't have far to go, so.
Oh, I willingly pushed him over the line. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I want an image that looks like you know those images where like you look one way and it's a duck, you look the other way, it's a rabbit sort of thing.
Yeah.
I want an image that can be both law and some part of a woman. That's what I need to come up with so I can or something.
Call
You
it
just
law
need
and
a good,
VJJ.
you just need a good picture of Lady Justice.
You could call it law and VJJ.
There we go. Yeah, we need a good
Yes.
picture of Lady Justice.
There you go.
Risque Lady Justice. That's what I'm
Risque.
going to do. Risque.
I'm thinking that you could probably get the AI to do that.
You know, the AIs that I've been using won't do those sort of naughty risque photos because I've tried.
Oh, I've got them.
Shizzy has them.
I
need
sent
a
you the link
different
to that
AI.
one.
Hey, Shizzy goes to like the dark AI stuff because he's done it on his channel on Sundays.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've
what
got
I tried to
dark
do when they were like,
GPT.
"Yeah, no, we're not going to render that for you." I can't remember what it was I was asking it to do.
Oh, Firefly won't render stuff for me. I'm trying to think. There's like 5 or 6 different ones I've tried, and they're just like, yeah, we ain't gonna show that. I was like, well, where in the hell can I find? Because I'm not wanting to do anything that's like too like dirty or anything, but the like the functions that I'm typing in there, it just says I'm like, no, I'm not. I want to show just a little bit more breast without like having the nipple exposed. I wanted to show a little bit of a shorter skirt than without having the coochie exposed. I'm trying to, I have in my mind what I want to see there. And they're just like, yeah, we ain't going to do that. We ain't doing that. Speaking of risque,
he's an asshole. Look at his haircut. Anybody with a haircut like that, you know he's an asshole.
Can't even see my haircut.
Good to see you, MG.
Yeah, I have a dentist appointment this morning. I got to be there like some bitch. So I'm driving. I'm a little bit late. Kids got up like right as I was going out the door, and I had to like kind of help out a little bit. So
right.
Well, you're like me yesterday. I was running late, and I set up my stream last night, and I thought I set up the right time, and it was gay.
Got news for you.
It was damn it. It was. I set it for 1:15 in the morning, and of course I shut my computer down last night. I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. And I get up this morning, I turn it on, and T Rex is like, you realize you set this for 1:15 in the morning? I was just like, oh no.
Oh man.
It's like, no, I wasn't going to be on at 1:15. I'm sure nobody joined at 1:15. Whenever supposedly would have gone live. I was like, no. People know better.
Oh,
you'd
see
be
what
surprised. Happens
surprised
if I type in risky lady law or like
risque.
Risque.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So you got to have RASQUE. Risque.
Yeah, because you get risky, she'll be like trying to dive off a diving board or something like that.
Yeah.
I ended up putting sexy in just because I thought risky would be too vague.
Well, it's just I do risque, like RASQUE, so that it should know what that is.
And
let's see what it
generates. What I'm going to do is,
because risky to be, skydiving without a parachute, something like that. Something stupid.
I'm going to send you a link to do a prompt and it'll be so you can do it in an Excel, and then you can also resize.
Yeah, there
it
was
if I'm
one of
not
those sites
mistaken.
that
Actually, gotta do
those
Lady
AI ones
Justice.
that Shizzy uses.
Yeah, here we go. I'll send this to you in a private chat, so you can go there, and I'll walk you through it, so you can get a little bit more risque. And once you open this up, it'll take a little while to run. Leave it on the realistic unless you want to have it more cartoonish. And then what you want to do is go to more options, and you can change the resolution to landscape, which will increase the size. It won't be just a little bitty square. You can use it
Make it
more for
bigger.
thumbnails.
So this is what mine generated. I pulled it up. She's just got
That's
nipples.
not bad.
That's not
That's
bad,
not
though.
bad.
I like that,
Yeah.
actually. So I'm gonna save that one, but I'll try your other site too.
Yeah, just give it a try, and you can put it as realistic, and then more options, and you can do it without logging into it, and then just put it on like landscape, and sometimes you'll get more than you bargain for. All right.
Yes.
That's what he's wanting.
Definitely.
Okay, let's see. I can't spell this morning.
Why do
How
I
in
feel
the
like
hell
I've
do you
been to
spell
this one
risque?
before?
Because I sent it to you.
Yeah.
MG knows how to spell it. How do you spell it?
Spell what?
Risque.
RASQUE
RAS.
with the little accent mark over the E.
Yeah. RISQU.
RASQUE.
Oh, I thought you said RIS. RAS.
Yeah.
It's RI.
Oh,
RIS.
Matt, I like that
Yes.
one. Matt
QE.
just sent me one. This one's not bad. So Matt from the chat just sent me that.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
I like
very
that.
cool. Let's see
Saving that
what
one.
happens.
I gotta get. Does OnlyFans have an app so that I can like access everything?
Probably.
I'm sure they do.
For when you're on the go.
Yep.
Yeah.
John
You
Perry's
just gotta
like,
see them.
respect. I knew David didn't know how to spell it.
Yeah, no, I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean he can't even read people's names properly. So what makes you think he can spell? he has lawyer grammars.
He didn't major in English. He majored in law.
Or math. He didn't major in math.
Or
either.
math.
Yeah. This thing is taking a bit. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, it does take a little bit.
Yeah, it takes a while.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine shows a little too
Sometimes
much.
they'll give you a boost on the first few that you do, but
Sexy Lady Justice. That's what I need to put in there. What I got was not what I needed. That will get me in trouble.
Well, I'm saving that
It will
one.
get
Her
you
robe
heated.
comes a little low, but
Not too much.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try a different search here, different generator. Saving everything, and then we'll figure it out.
Well, and the cool thing is there's different models that you can use on that. You could use the cartoonish ones. Dream Shaper works really cool because you can get like awesome backgrounds to it. Stable Diffusion is another one. Like it pulls all of those into that one particular website. Well familiar with OnlyFans apparently. Notice Wallstrom is quiet.
Well, I'm doing research.
Yeah, he doesn't need OnlyFans. He has Diva. Come on. I mean,
Well, you know,
keeps you out of trouble too.
it does keep me out of trouble. I do have to admit. Somebody has to.
What is that? Computer science. See it. Research. Yeah,
Yes,
we do
This
research.
is
here.
like
Research.
weird science come to
so
life.
this is scientific research.
Oh, look, I
Yeah,
almost
Can't
got
take
the
a shower
same.
with it.
I almost got the same picture you did, except mine looks a little more masculine. It's weird.
Uh-oh.
I think
must know
yours
something.
You
is.
gotta You got a transformer?
I think she's.
Well, you are a dude on OnlyFans, so
Yeah.
Well, that is true.
Oh,
That
mine
is true.
generated multiple arms. That could come in handy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, mine is share the screen. Mine is similar to yours, except where is it? Why is it not? Cancel that. Not that one. Ah, there we go. Whole window. Yeah. So that's what mine created. Like I said,
Okay.
almost similar to yours, just slightly different.
I would show you mine, but there's a little more revealed.
Yeah. That's that's what we do here. In early mornings we butt what equals water butt. Shizzy, what's got your pics so manly? Huh?
Well, it must know something about you.
Yeah, his usual searches.
Sexy lady Jessie.
I got news for you.
No. What does the internet think about me, Shizzy? You know what? If you type in Shizzy Wiznut, the picture images you get back will disturb you.
Man, how are you generating these? These are good.
Yeah. See? Like what program are you using to generate those? That's what he wants to know.
Yeah.
Is Matt even in the chat, or is he just like
Just sending them to you?
he's
He's
just,
just sending them to you.
randomly sending me images? He has no idea what's going on.
See, Matt's using Chat.
He's using Chat.
4.
Yeah.
Chat GPT. Okay.
I didn't know Chat GPT 4 would do images
Why wouldn't it?
because
I haven't
it's
used
just
ChatGPT
text.
in a while.
Well, but they've got to compete with all the others. So
But how do I get it to generate images if it only shows text?
well, there's got to be something.
I don't know.
There's a
See, I'm
thing
an
called
idiot.
Google. You probably could say how to
No, because
create images on Chat GPT 4.
then I'll get really weird images. Oh, David removed himself accidentally.
okay.
There are no.
Sorry,
No
I had to jump off to make sure somebody got off to work to pay for my rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah.
Eli, you're not no rock and roller. No, just the lifestyle.
Just the lifestyle. Just the lifestyle.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I was trying to show something earlier that I can just pull it up because I don't think I can get in trouble on myself, can I?
So if I'm an
Yeah.
OnlyFans creator, do I still have to pay to watch other people's channels?
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do.
Maybe they can cut you a deal.
I think version 4 is paid for digital. Oh, okay. And we'll stop that and share present because I was going to show this one earlier because I was telling everybody how my voice got completely shot back in January from hanging out with the littles, and it was like completely gone. Like, and so what I did was, where is it? Here we go. So
you have to pay $20 a month for GPT 4.
Yeah.
There's no trial for it.
No.
I don't think so. The trial is 3.5, which doesn't give you the images.
Yeah.
No.
Gotcha. So this is my voice. Just
But
so
you can use it in your law practice, David. So it's an expense.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Write it off.
I mean, you can. You just have to double check shit, but you can use it.
Yeah.
It's not unethical as long as you double check its word.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Make sure that the
not in my law practice, but I've used it to help structure some things. Like if I want to do sort of a narrative, I'll throw it into ChatGPT and then I'll then modify it afterwards. I don't use it like for legal arguments or anything, but to frame issues. Like, give me an argument that says this, and then I can kind of it gets the juices flowing, the creative juices kind of going.
Right. And then you can also, like, there's been times where there's a certain thing that I want to say, but because I'm so bad at like grammar and crap like that I can just throw it up in like Chat GPT and it'll actually reword it so it looks proper. And I may have to go in and tweak a couple of things out, like, no, I didn't want it to say that, but other than
repetitive words.
Yeah. It does a good job though. I think GPT-4 is supposed to be much better, because I did a CLE on it at the end of the year on AI stuff in the law, and the dude used it, and it did a pretty good legal prompt. Had pretty good results. You just have to tweak it once it spits it out.
Well, one thing that it helped me with was dealing with a solve sit that wanted to come up and start a whole bunch of crap with me. Oh, it was awesome, because
I'm sure it could throw just the great gibberish right back at him.
Oh, it was beautiful, because they started talking about international law and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, you would need to go seek legal advice for that. But international law being as touchy as it is, a touchy situation, you may want to just stop doing this. And then it got to the point where I said, I joked, not what I said was, says, I find you emailing me these kinds of questions very, very upsetting and what was the wording? It was just absolutely like stop contacting me because you're harassing me. And it lit her off whenever I did that, because I beat her to the punch. She came back and was immediate, like, you're harassing me and you're not an attorney and you can't give legal advice. Because I was like,
you're not giving legal advice.
Not.
It's like, I told her, I said, I'm not giving you legal advice and you need to like go seek legal counsel, because she was accusing this entity that I work with of doing something illegal and international law and land and crap. And I'm just like, you're batshit crazy lady. Let go. So yeah, this is what I sound like whenever my voice is completely shot.
I love a buttered biscuit.
That's what you sound like.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In a world where gaming is no mere pastime, but a quest for glory, one dancing monkey dares to press the keyboard of chaos. Shizzy Wiznut Gaming. Where fairies wear boots and Karens clutch pearls. Prepare to embark on a journey through beautiful terrains and rummage the valleys of the walls. The master of ceremony is so serious, you'll forget that he is a gamer. Welcome to your new game.
I love that guy.
Or it is time to level up with the one, the only, Shizzy Wiznut. Subscribe, smash that like, and ring the bell. Ride of your life, because Shizzy Wiznut is here to redefine what you thought was possible.
Oh, fuck it.
So yeah, that's my voice whenever it's completely shot.
Well, I'm going to jump off, go play with my OnlyFans page for a bit, and then get on to the office.
Yes, you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later.
All day they're going to ask him, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm on OnlyFans.
Just doing research.
I'm getting it all set up.
It's for legal research.
Exactly.
Well, if you want to hang out for just a second, I'm actually going to end this thing because my wife is saying, "Hey, I need to talk to you really quick." So everybody, make sure if you haven't subscribed. Yeah, go sign up to MLS's OnlyFans. MG's doesn't have one yet, and Volstorm will never have one if Diva has anything to say about it. All you guys have
what she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Exactly. Never tell her. Here we go. Peace, y'all.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.